Explain yourself, centurion. One of your squads was assigned to guard a tomb, a dead man. How hard can that be? Yet, I'm hearing the body is missing.
Sir, may I speak frankly, one old soldier to another?
Please, Cassius.
I beg your indulgence, sir. The story actually starts a few weeks ago.
Take your time.
We had heard of this Jesus walking through the land. He arrived in Jerusalem about a week ago. We thought he might be trying to start some revolution with all this talk about the kingdom of God. But sir, I listened to him.
Listened.
I heard him speak. He was no threat. He spoke about his Father, forgiveness for past sins, loving your neighbor, starting a new life. It was quite fascinating, sir. When he spoke, it's like he cared about you personally.
Go on, soldier.
2 days ago, we were called to Pilate's quarters. Things were getting ugly. Pilate was sitting up on his judgment seat with Jesus standing next to him. He'd been beaten, sir.
What did you expect, centurion?
Pilate called for quiet. He tried to set Jesus free. He gave them the choice of Barabbas, a known murderer and rebel, and Jesus.
And now that criminal Barabbas walks free again.
Yes, sir. The Jews from the Sanhedrin were calling out to crucify him. It started to get really ugly. It was touch and go for a minute there, sir. Then Pilate takes a bowl and starts to wash his prissy little hands.
Centurion! Remember your place.
I apologize, sir. But Jesus was innocent, pure and simple. He just upset some powerful priests. But Pilate saw the way the wind was blowing, so he went along. Sir, I thought Rome was about law and justice, not expediency.
Ruling is sometimes a dirty business, centurion.
So is soldiering, sir. On your orders, I had one of my men take him out and flog him.
Yes, that big one, Publius. He beat him like a madman. As I remember, those metal tips ripped through his flesh like it was nothing.
Sir, a few times in my career have I been sickened by the sight of blood. But to see how this innocent man was treated with such cruelty.
It's called punishment, centurion.
Sir, I've crucified hundreds of men that deserve to die. Not this one. He didn't curse, he didn't whimper. He was half dead from the beating we'd given. He even fell on the way to Golgotha.
Fell?
He was too weak to carry the cross, sir. We had to conscript a Cyrenian to carry it for him. When we got him to the hilltop, we crucified him.
All men die the same.
Not this one. We spiked him to the crossbeam and we lifted it onto the upright. I'll never forget those words he said. Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they do. We'd just crucified this man and he was asking his God to forgive us.
Haven't you been soldiering too long to be troubled by a guilty conscience, centurion?
Around noon, the sky grew dark. Everybody saw it. You could feel the chill in the air. Then he cried out, God, why have you forsaken me? His voice. He sounded like the loneliest man in the world, hanging there in the darkness.
It's a little dramatic, don't you think?
No, sir. Around 3, he cried out again, it is finished. Suddenly, the whole earth started to shake and roll. I fell to the ground and the darkness started to lift. Sir, this was no mere man we crucified. I believe he was the Son of God.
A few freak coincidences, and you're willing to label this man divine? No, he's dead, just like anyone else.
No, sir, he's not.
He's not?
The Pharisees approached Pilate. They wanted a guard put on the tomb because they were afraid that the disciples might steal the body away.
I know. I ordered it.
I placed 3 men on the tomb around the clock, relieved every 8 hours as per regulations. Sir, I sealed that tomb myself. It was secure.
Then why am I hearing rumors the body is gone?
It is gone.
Explain yourself, centurion.
Around 7 this morning, the men came running in. They were terrified, like they'd seen a ghost. I calmed them down and got them to explain to me what had happened. They came on duty about midnight. Just before dawn, the whole tomb lit up like it was high noon. A man wearing clothing as bright as lightning came and rolled the stone away. They fell to the ground terrified. One of them eventually got up and looked in the tomb. Sir, the grave clothes were still there. They were still wrapped, but the body was gone.
You expect me to believe that?
Sir, I questioned these men closely. Each one of them looked. Each saw the same thing. The body is gone.
No, they fell asleep and made up the story to cover themselves.
Sir, these are hardened veterans. They are not green recruits. I know these men. Don't you think that the sound of people trying to roll the stone away would have woken them? No, sir. They're telling the truth, all right.
Then what am I going to tell the people? The body is gone?
I don't know what you're going to tell them, sir, but I cannot change what has happened. He's alive.
Tell your men to say they fell asleep and the disciples took the body.
Sir, what soldier is going to admit that they fell asleep on duty?
We'll pay them to say it. The chief priests owe us. They'll come up with some money to make this go away. I'll take it from here. You didn't see anything. You don't know anything. Got it?
But sir, I did see. I do know. It has happened. Jesus is out there alive.
Forget this ever happened, Cassius.
Forget it if you can, sir. But with all due respect, Jesus is alive. That changes everything.